Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And I wanted to talk about why sex is so important in a relationship. Now, I know this is usually always like the big topic when it comes to relationships and the dynamics of a relationship. It's always a hot button conversation. And the reality of the situation is sex is important in a relationship. It differentiates a friendship and a romantic relationship. And oftentimes in my one on one sessions, this is a topic that comes up frequently, whether it be just the dynamics in the bedroom in regards to sex, or the lack of sex, or too much sex, which that's actually more of a rare case, but it's come up before. And just there's so much conversation around sex and what it means to people and how people prioritize it within a relationship. So, again, I just wanted to talk about why sex is so important. So, let's get right into it, right? So, one of the primary reasons for why sex in a relationship is important is, as I mentioned before, it differentiates between a friendship, something that is platonic, compared to an actual romantic relationship. So, as a friend, if you're just hanging out with somebody and you've developed this kind of platonic relationship, then obviously you're not going to be having sex with this individual. I mean, it's possible that you guys might at some point, but the reality is there's a big difference between your group of friends and how you hang out with them, the way that you interact and the dynamic of that relationship compared to a romantic relationship. And in a romantic relationship, sex is a big part. It's a connecting factor. It's something that it contributes to the chemistry and the bonding and the growth and the development of the relationship itself. So again, just plainly saying, sex is important in order to differentiate between a friendship and a romantic relationship. One of the other reasons is just the physiological benefits of having sex. There are so many studies that talk about how it improves, your energy and your mood and reduces stress, and there's so many things that sex does that is good. And in a relationship, you want to be able to share this with your partner. You want to be able to kind of share that physiological experience with them because, like I mentioned before, it is also part of the bonding process. It's part of the really getting to know each other on an intimate level. The other reason is just the emotional connection. So that connectivity that you're forming. Think about it. When you are having sex with somebody, if it is within the context of a romantic relationship, there is a level of vulnerability, right? So you and your partner are completely naked. Let's just be honest. You're vulnerable in regards to just your emotions and your physical body and being present in front of each other in that moment. And with vulnerability comes trust, the ability to build trust. If you do not feel like you can be vulnerable around your partner, then that is an issue of safety. You do not feel safe enough around that person to be able to trust them and be able to create and build a deeper connection, a deeper bond. So the act of sex itself within the relationship helps to build that trust. It helps to kind of make you feel like you can be yourself, your authentic, true self around your partner. And that's why we talk about the emotional connectivity, the ability to connect on a much deeper level than the surface and just the physical act of it all. I will honestly say, and this becomes an issue sometimes in the conversations that I have in regards to one-on-one sessions. And this is a reality, which is why I want to talk about it. As a society, as people, we have a tendency of over romanticizing things, right? So when it comes to a romance or a marriage or the way a relationship would be, people have a lot of unrealistic expectations when it comes to the courting and the building and the casual phase of dating and the commitment phase of dating, because they think in their minds that the relationship is going to be like one of these romantic comedies or one of these Disney movies where the prince finds the princess and they live happily ever after. Now, these things are all possible, but it's going to be a little bit more realistic. It's not going to be this like overly romanticized, fanatical notion of what a relationship would be. And oftentimes in my one-on-one sessions, I find that this happens a lot with people in the bedroom. You know, there's this notion that sex is supposed to be like a porno. And the reality is that that's not how sex is. That's an unrealistic expectation. Now, are there certain things that you can do in the bedroom with your partner in order to kind of make it exciting and spice things up? Of course you can. But to have an expectation that this sacred act within a relationship is supposed to be this very just animalistic physical act is already the wrong way of viewing it. So please understand that it is about the intimacy, the vulnerability, the connection that really helps to create this bond in order for you guys to be in a very healthy and happy and sustainable relationship. So again, and that's why I mentioned earlier before, this also helps to separate between a friendship and a romantic relationship. The last thing is less arguments. The more intimate you are with your partner, the more sex you have with your partner, the less arguments. And the reason being is because, again, as I mentioned, on the physiological end of things, sex boosts our mood. It makes us happier. It reduces our blood pressure. It increases our immune system. It aids in better sleep. So obviously it's going to affect our mood in a positive way. So if you are happier, then the result is less arguments. The other side of that is what I often find in my one-on-one sessions is that one of the biggest things that couples argue over all the time is the lack of intimacy, the lack of sex in the relationship. So if you are able to have that strong bond, if you're able to have that chemistry and you're able to consistently and on a regular basis have sex, and that's not even a conversation that has to be on the table. So again, just to recap, some of the primary reasons for why sex is so important in a relationship is because it differentiates between a friendship and a romantic relationship. So something that is platonic and something that is not platonic. It has physiological benefits in regards to how it affects our body. It results in more of an emotional connectivity with our partner, which is what we are looking for in a romantic relationship. We are wanting to build that strong bond between us and our partner. And finally, less arguments. You don't argue as much, you don't fight as much because you're in a better mood. And it's not something that has to be discussed as an issue within the relationship. If you guys related to this video, if you guys like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love having open dialogue with people. So if you feel like there is something that I missed, if you have any questions, if you are currently, in this situation and you're trying to navigate sex in your relationship, or somebody else who is kind of trying to navigate sex in a relationship, or you just overall like the video itself, please make sure you leave a comment down below. If you want to just dive in deeper and you want more information, you can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where you can find a multitude of different videos and articles and blogs on this subject and many other subjects as well. If you would like to book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches on the team, you can also book through the Happily Committed website. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. Hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.